Hello there boys and girls, it's Les here over at Featherstone Hydroponics. It's a lovely day in Featherstone again. It's nice and cold outside, hence the hoodie. Right, this is video 3 of the mini-series where we're showing you how to set up the 1.2 metre tent, the grow tent. So what we've already done so far is we've actually set up the tent itself, took it out of the box, built it together, and as you can see, Laurel and Hardy, or as somebody says, Liam and Hardy. Liam and Hardy putting the tent together was a great bit of good fun. Anyway, what we're doing today is looking at the type of pot system that you can use for growing the plants actually in. So you've got basic things like grow bags. Grow bags are perfectly fine if that's what your budget stretches to. You can get away with it for a couple, for a couple of crops, I suppose. But then you're going to want to advance from that to get bigger crops. So you're going to need some bit more specialist stuff. Now the simplest form is these big pots. This is the cheapest way of doing it. Now these big pots, these are 15 litre pots and they're only £1.50. And the trays, these are big saucers and these are £1.25. So that's your cheapest way of doing it. But you can do it better and you can get round pots or square pots. It's really just a personal preference, to be fair. But you do need the saucers if you're going down the pot route to obviously contain any spillage. So just put these down. But the main focus what we're going to be using in our tent is this, and this is called the Wilma system. And this is actually a large Wilma form. Now they do come in various sizes. This is, like I said, we're going to be growing 4 plants, and these are 18 litre pots. So we've got the Wilma 4 Small, which is a smaller version of this, which uses 4 6 litre pots. We've got one that uses 4 11 litre pots, 4 18, which is this, and we go up to 4 25 litre pots, which is quite a bit bigger than this. We also then go up to the Wilma 8 system, if you're wanting to, grow more plants, something like this. Now this one holds, as you can see, there's 8 slots on it. So the, you can get very large setups of this, right up to, I think the biggest one on here, it has 20 pots in it. That's a huge system. So we're going to be using this large Wilma 4 system, and you're going to get inside the kit, what you'll get is you get all what you see here. We've got a sump, I suppose you can call this a sump, that's where your water is going to be. And you've got a cap, a lid for it, which your trays, your pots sit in. In the bottom of there, there's drainage so water can get back into the sump. You're going to get that. You also get a box of accessories to go with it. I'll show you these. You get destructions, and then you get a box of bits. As you can see, it's like a box of bits. And these are all your pipe fittings. So I'm just going to get this out. We've got a pump. We've got like a filter for end at pump. We've got a hose that goes from the pump back into the sump itself, so it like circulates. We've got a big red plug because there's a round hole. We've got drippers, 2 types of drippers. We've got one that's fast and one that's slow. So we've got black and blue. And we've also got 4 small hoses that go from the main bar to the dripper heads themselves. So you've got everything in there that you need. So I'm just getting rid of these pots to make it easier. I'll show you inside. Now you can use any type of compost or potting material in these, and we'll come to that bit later. So that's the layout on the top, as you can see, and underneath is basically just an empty tray. So that kind of fits on. Forward. That's the red plug that goes in there. And we're going to put these together. We have, like I said, we've got an instruction manual, and basically you get this little bag of bits, which is just going to be a first bit. So we'll just pop these Now you might notice a bit of noise in the background because I am at back at shop, so you just bear with it. Get our pump. Now underneath your pump there's a little groove. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a little groove here. And one of the bits that you get is a piece of plastic like that, and it slides into the groove. Can't show you if I can do it. Like that, see? Like that. And then you get your rubber foot. Just a rubber foot comes in that bag. And that slides in the hole in that piece that you've just put on. Like so. And then what you need to do, now it says in the manual that you put these in place and then you put this pump on, but it's very difficult to do that because you can't get both your arms through this hole. So what I've done is I've just worked out to put that on, you know, before, and then we can just drop it in anyway. I'll do that now. I might have to warm this pipe up because it's quite cold in back here. That's done. Right, so we've got that kind of configuration now. You see that? So we've got the pump at this end and we've got that. Now you'll notice where this red knob is, it's away from the pump, and that goes that way because this red bit wants to be at this end, away from that hole. So all you've got to do with this now, really, again, you can follow the instructions and it'll tell you to put these pipes on later, but once this is in place it's not as easy, but it's not that difficult, but you're going to have to warm these up a little bit because they are quite stiff. So anyway, all you're going to do with this now is wet this rubber bung. I'm just going to swirl it. I've got the most important tool, of course. Right, so I'm going to wet that under that sucker, and then we're going to put this in, and it'll just basically, once you've pushed it down, it'll stick to the bottom of that tray. Get rid of that. And this then sits in this groove. Can you see this groove? Tilt it. There's a hole here and a hole here. Stuck it down a bit prematurely. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to unravel this wire as well first because it's going to be a pain. Should have done this first. So we've got a bit of space now to work with. Oh, I can't put that on early, can I? Because it's got to go through this hole. It just pushes in there, and it pushes in there. You see it like that. This is what I was saying about this. A little bit awkward now, because we're going to have to lift that up to do it underneath. Do you know what I mean? This is what I was saying. It's a little bit awkward. See now. Be fit to find it with my finger. Can't find it. I'll do it this way. You see what I was saying about it being a little bit awkward? There we are. We're on now. So I'll wet that sucker again. Sticking down. So that's as pump fitted and as main bar, if you like. This bar is actually going to be distributing the water and the feed to your plants, and you can use this tap to adjust that flow. Pull that back out. on the floor. So now you've got these little flexible pipes. They're not silicone, but they're sort of flexible plastic, if you like. Of course, they're all sellotaped together. We should grab a knife. There we go. So we've got 4 of them because we've got 4 pots equals 4 drippers. And like I said, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be using these blue ones for our particular purpose and the material that we're going to be using. You've got some that's drippers for like soil or something that's going to be more solid, and then you've got the other for rock wool and pebbles, things that's more open so it can flush through quicker. It's not going to hold as much water, if you like. So all you're going to do with these, he says, another little bundle taped together. There we go. So this is what they look like close up. And the water basically will drip. You connect the pipe on end, and then I don't know if you can see underneath that. Is it focusing? Do another one for you. The water comes out in that hole in the middle. Can't really focus on it. So you get your pipe. Like I said, if it's warm, if it's cold, you might have to warm this up a bit. You can usually do it by rubbing it. You know, rubbing it is usually enough to soften it a bit. So if that goes on end like that, on end, and then the other end goes onto one of these little nipples, I suppose you could call them, on end of your pipe. So again, you're going to have to warm that end. Like so. And then this goes into your pot once you've got your plant and your compost in it. And then you adjust the flow with this. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using different materials as well. What we've decided to use in this particular grow is the rock wool cubes, which is these ones, which are really clean to use really. But you could equally use compost. We've got pebbles, we've got soil based mix, we've got back guano mix, we've got all sorts of different types. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next video when we come to pot the plants up. Basically we'll be going through all the different types, what the merits are, what the because there is slight differences in feed as well, but you can buy on the bottle, it will usually say hydro, cocoa or soil, you know, so it will, you know, it's pretty clear which is which. The only other thing I've got to do now is slide this little filter onto my pump, little filters, so you don't get no rubbish going in. And that just shoves on end like so, and that's it. Easy as that really. It's no big deal, is it? It's no big hassle to set this thing up, and once it's set up, basically all you need then is a timer, just standard cheap timer, and on the segments you would put it so it comes on, and we'll go through this watering cycle, but you would set every 15 minutes you'll have this coming on for 5 minutes to water the plants. So you plug this into that timer and it just does that on a constant repeating cycle. So it basically waters itself, you know, and then you change the nutrients inside every week or two of fresh material. As the plant develops, it needs different types of material, different nutrients, so that's what also will be coming on to. So there's a lot to it. But the simplest form, like I say, you don't have to spend this kind of money. These trays, this particular kit is about 100 quid. Again, it's a lot of money, but it's good. You're going to get a lot of service out of it. It is pretty robust. It is what it is. The cheapest way of doing it is obviously the pots or grow bags. You're not going to get the same sort of crop using that method as you are this, because it's more controlled. But I think we've covered it all with that. So that's the Wilma 4 system. This particular one is the Wilma 4 large. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. On video 4, I'm not sure if I'm going to do the compost or the lighting, you know, because we've got lights to put in that tent as well now. So I don't know if I'm going to do the lights first next or the compost next, but either way, join us on Life with Les channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll keep you informed as this progresses. See you later.